Hey, hey, thanks for joining me. Um, I don't really know what to say. Roll that clip.
Once you discover one simple fact, and that is
Yeah, it was exciting. Um, I was nervous to do this. I don't know why. I think, I don't think, I just didn't want to, I don't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. But I think, sometimes you just got to go for things. And I want to look at this and be really dissatisfied with what I put out. But I think I need to put something out because I do much better if I just pull out bullshit rather than wait around all day or weeks or months or years and try to put something out perfect. I don't think it's the right methodology for everyone, but I do think it's an approach that works. I do think sometimes when you're trying to create something, you should put aside your expectations and you should put aside the perfectionism or at least thinking it needs to look a certain way. And sometimes you just have to go for it. Sometimes you need to set really small goals and then just put that out. Sometimes you just have to throw it out there and see what sticks and see what you like and see what you don't like and just kind of almost dread what you put out. You say, you know what, I think I can do better next time. Sometimes you have to go on a date with someone you really don't want to go on a date with to sometimes you have to go on a date with someone that you really don't want to go on a date with. So you can get the courage to ask the person up that you really want to talk to. And I think the same is with art, whether you're making a movie or you're painting or you're making music or you're dancing. Um, I don't know what other kind of arts, whether you're writing a book. Sometimes they say, hey, you got to get up in the morning and just write for an hour. The first 40 minutes are terrible. But if you get that real nice 15-minute spread. Some people say that's magic. Some people say it's a ghost that takes over their body, and um, they didn't even know they were going to do that. And I think that's the beautiful thing about when you create something. You can't always wait for inspiration. Sometimes you just have to kind of run with it. You have to chase, like let the wind hit you back, and then sometimes you really catch a stride. It's kind of like a runner's high. But you ever see a fat guy with runner's high? He never has runner's high. And no offense to large people, I was a large man at one point in my life. Drank a lot of Ice House and had low self esteem and couldn't get it. Couldn't get a date with a lady with a shower cap hanging out at the bus stop. And but I had to go out in the world and tell myself, well, just go for a walk. Just try to jog a little bit. Try to get your heart to feel like it's gonna explode. Don't be afraid of a little explosion. And I think not anticipating it all to happen right away, you get a lot of beautiful things that happen over time. I don't know. Maybe I'll edit it out. Maybe I won't. Maybe we just run with this thing. Maybe sometimes I throw in a nice video of like some of Joe Exotic playing with some tigers or something. That's probably gonna date this, but this is terrible. Anyways, for first time around, I don't even know if my microphone's working. So I just got this set up, and I said I would do this. So um, here we are. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to hear from me? What do you want to see? Do you want to just see a bunch of compilations of videos? Uh, did you even get this far in this video? If you did, thanks a lot. I appreciate your support. I really I'm thankful for that because although we're in quarantine, This ain't easy, you know. Sometimes you wanna watch you wanna watch two bears wrestle, or sometimes you wanna just pretend you're on a bicycle. So you put a blanket over a broomstick, and you stand on a chair, and then you drape your leg over that broomstick, and you got to use your imagination in these times. So if you're using me as a way to kind of get some lift to your wings, I appreciate that. I really do. And I'm just trying to figure it out. I think we all are. I think this virus thing got a lot of people scared, and to me, it's just kind of it's like it's about time this has happened. I'm kind of shocked this hasn't happened with all the test tubes flying around in the sky. Some guy's taking his shoes and his socks off in aisle 16, and it looks like he hasn't clipped his toenails in about 4 months. You know, like like his big toe got stuck in some shag carpet, and he hasn't washed down there in a while. So I am not surprised that this hasn't happened. But or rather, I am surprised that this hasn't happened earlier. But you know, I think the loss of a family member is the loss that we're having around the world is a travesty. But I do think a lot of people that are stuck inside right now are gonna find if they can't find their passion now. I don't know when you're gonna find it. Like if you can't just let that muse knock on your head and say, hey, why don't you make a children's book, or why don't you finish those coloring books that you want with your kid, or why don't you bake some more cookies with the cool designs that your grandma used to do, or why don't you take that aerobics class that you always wanted to, and why don't you start meditating? Everyone loves to meditate nowadays. I don't think everyone does it as much as they say, but a lot of people like doing that. But I think you just have to start, and I think you got to take the pressure off. It's kind of like if you have a pile of dishes and you just tell yourself, "I'm gonna wash the cups. I'm gonna wash this one cup." Then your hands are dirty, they're soapy. If you don't have a dishwasher, some of you just always had a dishwasher growing up. But if you didn't, sometimes your hands get soapy, and you get wrinkly. You start aging. And you say, well, while I'm in here, I might as well wash these spoons. And then you say, oh, let me get this knife. And then you say, let me get these plates. And then before you know it, you've done the pots and the pans and the spatulas, and all your dishes are done. And I think that's what creativity is like. I think creativity is just something you have to do, and over time it will get better. And the more consistent you are, the more you can look at what you've done and maybe have some improvement. But um, so I think if you're listening to this during COVID-19, uh, and you're wondering what should I do, I think that little voice is gonna come crawling into your room and whisper in your ear at night one time and say, do the balloon animals, or you know, learn the hula hoop, or practice the break dance. And I think you should listen to that. Start that clothing line. It's I think you hear that, and then if you're thinking about getting rich doing it, then I think that's the wrong move. I think if you're thinking about, I think a lot of people say, okay, I want to. What's my passion? Follow my passion, and then the next thing they think about is how does it make money? And I think that's the wrong way to live. Like whether money comes or not, you should be doing what you love. If you're not doing what you love, then what's the point of living, right? What's the point of getting married to someone that's all grumpy? It's like the worst seven dwarf. You always want them rustling around and hitting you with an elbow in the bed. No, you want someone that's gonna bring you joy more times than the negatives, and sometimes making art. Sometimes making art is creating the negatives. Sometimes creating the art makes you feel worked out, and sometimes creating the art you're gonna want to crumple it up and throw it in the trash. But that's okay. That's all right, and don't be on anyone else's timeline, some a lot of artists had to die before people love their stuff. So maybe your grandchildren will be real happy with, and I try to think about that. I don't know if I want kids, but you have people going through your crates when you're gone, and they might find a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You can tell them different stories. They can say, "Wow, this person really had something else going on that maybe they didn't share with the world. I didn't know they had all this going on inside of them," and I think that could be pretty cool. I think that'd be cool if you did that, and this is me trying to do that, and who knows what this is gonna look like. And I'm waiting to get a little more set up, but I figured I'd just try this. I try to do something, and hopefully the audio works, and I don't have to use this audio, and hopefully you don't hear the children running around, and hopefully I do it again. Hopefully I like what I said, and I do another one, and I do another one, and then I do another one, and then I do another one, and then I do another one. And then sooner or later you have like 150, you have 200. I did it before. I have 400 videos on my channel, and on my other one that got shut down. And I'll tell that story later, but I didn't know I was going to do that many. I didn't know. If I would have told myself I was going to do 400, I would have started. It would have paralyzed me. I would have got scared. You know? Same when I lost 100 pounds. If I would have said I'm losing 100 pounds this year, there's not a chance. Last year I said I'm just going to run 1 mile a week. That's it. I ended up running 300 miles. And so for me, I have to give myself such an easy task that it's so easy that I have to do it. Let me do 5 push-ups. Oh, now I'm doing 20. It's always a battle. It's always a battle. I'm not happy with where I am in certain areas here or there, but I've done so much for me that makes me happy, and I know I can get back to that point. Sometimes it takes you a while to get up the mountain, and then when you climb back down, you say, "Man, I want to get back up there." Well, it might be easier, it might be harder, depending on how tired you are, depending if you put more weight in your sack, or if you pick some boots up, or if you saw a cute squirrel or a marmot and you chased it around, went behind a bush. So you had to get real low, bend your knees, it kind of hurt your knees a little bit. All of a sudden, you see a bald eagle fly up, and you see it land on the top of that mountain. You go, "Man, I need to get back up there, take an Instagram picture, do a little TikTok dance, put a filter on my face, make my face shine, so my grandma's proud of me." She said, "It looks like you're doing something, and you're not even wearing makeup." So, with all that being said, I guess this episode's about just taking baby steps, and it's about just going forward, and it's about trying things and falling down and scraping your knees, because if you see a child, they're not afraid to walk. They cry a little bit, but they get up and do it, and that's in all of us. That's in most of us. And yeah, so just keep on chugging along. You got it. Drink a little more water, get some sleep, call a loved one. And if you don't got a loved one, I'd say hug a stranger. And but don't hug a stranger right now. Wait for this thing to pass. But maybe you could maybe send like a teddy bear emoji or something. I heard some couples use that for love and affection. So I wish you all the best. I hope your families are good, and I hope your friends are safe. I hope you're safe. And, may you have peace. May you have health, and may you have safety. Maybe may you find a little joy in that spirit that's inside of you.